Welcome to the New Kids
New
on the
Kids
Loch.
on the Loch.
The
Yeah.
Halloween
The
episode.
Halloween episode. Yeah, so today we're here at Glam's Castle, which is in Angus, just outside of Dundee.
It's quite a way outside Dundee.
It's quite a way outside of Dundee. We're here today for our Halloween episode. I'm Ellie,
I'm Josiah.
and we live in Scotland.
I guess we do, yeah. We're not on a loch today.
We're not on a
but
loch.
We're at a castle, which
We're
is
at a castle.
equally as Scottish, I feel.
Yeah,
There's a lot of castles there.
there are a lot of castles. Today we're delving a bit more into the history of Scotland.
Yes.
A little bit of folklore, a little bit of magic, a little bit of
Burning.
satanic rituals.
Yeah. It might be a bit of a different episode.
Yeah, it's going to be slightly different than the last two, but
Yeah.
you might learn a bit more about Scotland.
Yeah, we're going to tell some stories, some spooky stories.
Yeah.
We still got our normal segments, though.
Yeah, still got Word on the Loch, still got Questions from Home. They might just have a little spooky twist.
I don't think they have a spooky twist.
Well, Word on the Loch has a spooky twist.
Oh, okay.
Word on the Loch is from me this week, so get
But
excited.
we have the questions from home, and they're not that spooky.
They're a
but
little bit
they're
different.
funny.
They're a little bit different.
Yeah, they're funny. I think firstly we should say, do you like Halloween?
I love Halloween. I'm a big, big Halloween fan.
You
I
always
love-
celebrated Halloween, didn't you?
Yeah. Not necessarily trick-or-treating. Like, didn't always
I
go.
have never been trick-or-treating.
I've never been in terms of, like, with friends
You went
for,
on
like,
your own.
extended periods of time. Well, no, me and my brother used to go. But,
Okay,
like,
that's fine.
my mum would only let us go to houses of people that we knew. Because she felt like we would be annoying people by just, like,
Okay,
ringing
that's
their
not the
doorbells.
reason I would do that. But I do think, in a way, I mean, it must be a paedophile's dream.
Yeah, slightly unsafe,
Yeah,
especially in today's society.
yeah. I never celebrated Halloween, but I love Halloween
I love Halloween.
because probably for different reasons. I'm into everything paranormal.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. So I
love
like
that,
it because I like the dressing up. I love a Halloween party.
Yeah.
I just like a themed party. So Halloween's like the best time
What's
for
your
that.
dream Halloween?
My dream Halloween.
Yeah.
I think, okay, so take away the fact that I'm 25, but I would love to go like trick-or-treating.
What the fuck? 25 years old?
Yeah. Twickle-tweeting.
Twickle-tweeting.
I'd love to go twickle-tweeting. I love twickle-tweeting.
Twickle-tweeting is the best.
Yeah. No, I'd really like to go trick-or-treating with a bunch of friends. And then afterwards, I'd love to go to like a really good Halloween house party with a banging costume that I'd like thought up ages before and executed perfectly.
There's a very loud helicopter,
There is.
which is annoying. But my trick-or-treating, my perfect Halloween is very different.
What is it?
I want to find ghosts, man.
Yeah.
I want to go ghost hunting. I want to get EMF readers. I want to do the whole thing. I want to stay in a haunted house.
Yeah, you do.
I want to go to abandoned places. We're going to film in several locations today. So,
Yeah, today's going to be a bit of a jump around the grounds of Glam's Castle.
yeah. I think mainly because we're quite worried about filming here,
Yeah,
where it's actually quite public.
very public.
Yeah.
And
There's
we're
a fun
bit,
run going on over there.
Yeah, there's a park run.
Yeah.
We're a bit scared of being told off. Anyway, before we get told off, should we get into the history
Yeah, we probably should, yeah.
of Glam's Castle?
Yeah, get on with it, mate. Fuck.
Yeah. So we're going to dive into the history a little bit of the castle before we get into our sort of spooky, scary stories.
Built in
So-
the 1400s.
Built in the 1400s and owned by the Earl of Strathmore.
Generations of the Earl of Strathmore.
Yeah, it's been handed down to generations.
Father to son.
Yeah. It's also quite widely known as the sort of, not childhood home, but one of the childhood homes of Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, there's a lot of royal history here.
Yeah, Princess Margaret was born here. The Queen Mother loved it here.
Yeah.
So it's quite a big tourist destination for a lot of people that come to Scotland for like the royal landmarks.
Yeah.
So as well as being a place of lots of royal history, there's also lots of connection with the playwright Shakespeare. So it's one of the inspirations behind Macbeth and the castle in Macbeth. So there's a lot of statues around the place that are sort of like depictions of certain chapters of Macbeth, different characters, specifically the witches, which we will get into later. But yeah,
Specifically.
But that's a bit of the backstory of Glam's Castle.
Yeah. But that's not why we're here.
That's not why we're here.
We are here for the hauntings. It was a dark and stormy night, and inside the castle, the wind was wheezing through the windows and the candles were flickering. A maid was walking from room to room, holding drinks. She was in a bad way. The Earl was in one of his moods again. She suddenly heard a knock on the door. She opened the door to see a man, dressed in a black travelling cloak, his face hidden with a hood and his feet covered by his cloak. But as he walked inside, out of the rain, the maid noticed, instead of footsteps, the soft clip-clopping of hooves. She asked the man who he was, but all he said was that he was there by invitation. She was unsure about this, but when he continued inside and opened the door to the living room, the Earl greeted him jovially, saying, "A brave man at last." She thought no more of it and went to the kitchen to clean up. Hours had passed, and the storm had carried on raging, and she could still hear the sounds of coins, card shuffling, and laughter from the living room. And then came a scream, a single shout, and the smell of brimstone and burning. She ran to the room and tried to open the door, but the handle was hot, too hot to touch. She kicked the door, and finally she succeeded in knocking it down. The room was blazing. The table was aflame. The cards turned to ash. The Earl, his face twisted in terror, and the stranger smiling through the smoke. And then they were gone.
Vanished. Where did they go?
So I may have taken some creative liberties there. The maid may have been a fictional character on my part. But the Earl wasn't.
Okay.
The Earl was very much a real person, and according to records, he died suddenly and mysteriously.
Did he vanish?
The Earl in question was the 4th Earl of Crawford,
Okay.
who owned the house for a while. Also known as Earl Alexander Lindsay. Lindsay Lohan. The
Earl of Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan. He was also called by other names. Earl Beardy was one of them. I don't know if you can guess why.
He had a beard?
Yeah, he had a big beard, yeah.
No. What would I be?
Oh, you wouldn't be an Earl.
Elfie.
You'd be burned by a witch.
Burned by a witch.
Both. He was also called the Tiger Earl because he was apparently really fierce in battle. He was part of quite a lot of battles, apparently. Mainly civil conflicts at the time. Again, going back to royalists, he was not a royalist, he was a rebel.
Was he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But a bit more background about the story. The Earl also, very much on record, he was a notorious gambler, and he was a bit of an arsehole. That was what they wrote down in the records. Yeah, bit of an arsehole.
Bit of an arsehole.
Very reckless, bad drinking habit. And I don't know if this counts as evidence, but apparently, if you do a guided tour of the castle, there is a room that is kept locked at all times. And when the guides go past it, they say that is where Earl Beardy plays his last hand. Bit dramatic.
Interesting.
The whole story is that he's in this room with a few of his friends, and he wants to play cards because he's a mad gambler. But his friends refuse because it's the Sabbath, it's a Sunday. And when the door opens, well, he doesn't really see the devil, but it is the devil. He says, "Finally a brave man," because the devil doesn't give a shit about gambling on the Sabbath.
Yeah.
That's his bread and butter.
That's what he was made for.
Exactly. He also apparently cried, and this is only going to make things worse. I'll play cards even if it's with the devil himself before the devil walked in.
So that's why the devil said he'd been invited.
Yeah. In other versions of the story, he says, "I'll play until doomsday itself, even with the devil."
So he might still be there.
Yeah,
today.
and this, I come on to this. Apparently, there's been reports that people could still hear the sounds of shufflings of cards in that room.
Interesting.
I will say, as a bit of not evidence, there's been no reports of a fire in that place ever.
Oh.
Yeah, and also it's the devil. Sometimes I have thought this before, like the devil in the olden days. There's a lot of stories about the devil coming down to earth and doing random shit like that, gambling with people. There's no stories of that anymore, and I think maybe that's
Yeah.
because we've got the human race has got in such a bad way. I think the devil might be good now.
No, or maybe because the human race is in such a bad way, no one can actually work out who the devil is.
Yeah.
That's where the phrase "who the devil are you" comes from.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I'm just kidding.
maybe he just comes down and he's like,
Maybe
mean,
he
he's a
comes
bad
down
dude.
and he starts like litter picking on the side of the road.
Yeah, maybe
Or
he's actually good compared
doing
to these
exercise classes in old people's homes.
people. I mean, Lucifer was an angel that came down to heaven, and all he really did was disagree with what God was doing. And what God was doing in the Old Testament was very easy to disagree with.
It was a little bit suspicious.
I mean, he killed, like, the story of Noah and the Ark. He killed babies, mate.
Don't you think this looks a bit like a penis?
A phallus shape, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the end. What colour Christmas tree is that, mate?
Norway spruce.
It is a spruce. I would say that's a blue spruce.
I got the spruce bit right.
It might be a Norway spruce. I think
Okay.
you get multiple kinds of spruce. Okay.
So now we're over to my story. And we've come somewhere a little bit more spooky. Ready?
I'm ready, yeah.
Okay. In the 1500s, Scotland was a country obsessed with faith and terrified by sin. People truly believed the devil could walk among them, working through ordinary people, usually women, to spread evil. In 1563, the Scottish Parliament, so terrified by these acts of evil, passed the Witchcraft Act, making it illegal to use magic, charms, or consult with spirits. So this basically meant anything considered witchy, like being into herbs, creating remedies. There were lots of elders from villages who were cast out as witches because they were seen as being able to make herbal remedies that cured people, and that was seen as witchcraft. So, what this really meant was, essentially, if you got on the wrong side of your neighbour, or you had said something and your neighbour had cursed you, in inverted commas, you could be tried for witchcraft. And once that accusation stuck, it was almost impossible to escape. Torture was used to prove guilt within these women. And as we know now, proving guilt of witchcraft is an impossible thing to do. So these women and men, but mostly women, were objected to sleep deprivation, beatings, public humiliation, and it was all legal. Most of the people accused were women. Women who were poor, women who were outspoken, maybe women who were seen as socially abnormal, so they didn't want a husband, or they didn't want kids, or they couldn't have kids. That was a sign that you'd been sort of cursed by the devil, as if you couldn't have kids. You'd sold your soul. And that's where the story of Janet Douglas begins.
That was a lightning strike.
So Janet Douglas, or Lady Glamis, as she's more commonly known, wasn't a witch. She was a noblewoman. She was born into one of Scotland's most powerful families, the Douglases. And that power made her dangerous. King James V despised the Douglas family, especially Janet's brother Archibald, because he was James's stepfather and had been supposedly beating him as a child, neglecting him, causing all sorts of horrible things upon him. And therefore, James decided that he hated the entire family. So when rumours started that Janet was plotting against him, the king saw an opportunity to destroy the Douglas family for good. She was accused first of treason, supposedly trying to poison the king. And then the charge that sealed her fate was witchcraft. There was never any evidence. But political revenge doesn't need proof, and it especially didn't need proof in those days. You could literally try someone for whatever you wanted if you had enough power. In 1537, Janet Douglas was found guilty and burned at the stake outside Edinburgh Castle. Hundreds of people came to see her burn, one of which was her son. He was forced to watch her burn. James did this to try and prove to the Douglas family that he would stop at no end to get revenge. It's said that her spirit was so disturbed by what had happened to her that it returned home to Glamis Castle, where she still walks the corridors today as the Grey Lady. Not angry, not vengeful, just a woman who never got justice. So Janet's death came before the witchcraft trials really exploded across Scotland, but her story really set the tone for all of them. Between the 1500s and the 1700s, thousands of people were accused of witchcraft. Some say that over 4,000 people were tried and over 2,000 people were executed, 75% of which were women. Scotland had one of the highest rates of witch trials in all of Europe, and that was mostly because of the strong Christian roots, the smaller populations, the smaller villages and townships. There was a lot more people that knew people. The population was less spread out. It wasn't random, it was fear mixed with religion, politics, and control. The church and the courts fed into that fear, turning neighbours against neighbours and towns against towns. Accusations could start with something as small as a bad harvest, a sick child, or someone just standing out from society. When you hear these stories, it's easy to think of witches as something from fairy tales, with broomsticks, the cauldrons, and even the pointy hats. But these were real people, real women whose lives came to an end because of some stupid politics that was put in place by men. They were mothers, daughters, healers, midwife, people who were punished for existing outside what society wanted them to be. In recent years, there's been a movement here in Scotland to pardon and memorialise those accused of witchcraft. Campaigns like those of Witches of Scotland are fighting for national recognition to make sure we remember the victims not as myths, but as women who suffered because of fear and power. So when people talk about the Grey Lady, I don't think of a ghost story. I think of Janet Douglas, a woman who was silenced, whose story outlived everyone who condemned her. Maybe that's why she still walks the halls. Not to haunt, but to remind us that she was there, and to remind us of all the women who were also there. Let that sink in.
Deep.
So as a woman, it's kind of upsetting to think about these women, but this would have been a daily part of life, being scared that you were going to be accused of witchcraft because maybe you liked herbal tea or you liked collecting stones or you didn't want kids, like crazy stuff, like not wanting a child was like you could end up being burned at the stake.
You definitely have been burnt at a stake.
I would have 100% been burned at the stake.
You have crystals.
I have crystals.
And you love herbal tea.
And I love herbal tea. But there's so many women in our lives that would have been burned at the stake. Like,
I think pretty much everyone.
Yeah. There's a belief that being the firstborn daughter of a firstborn daughter of a firstborn daughter makes you a witch, which I am. I am the firstborn daughter of my mother, who's a firstborn daughter of her mother, who is also a firstborn daughter.
Do you think the witch trials set a sort of marker in history? that you then had to go from as a woman?
There's lots of people that there's waves of feminism.
So as like like a domino effect from sexism today
Yeah,
to
100%. That's what I mean. So
witchcraft.
there's stages of feminism that are called waves. So some believe that we're in the fourth wave of feminism. Some believe we're in the third wave of feminism. It's quite subjective. But some people believe that the witchcraft trials and the abolishment of the Witchcraft Act was actually the first wave of feminism. It was Parliament acknowledging that these women had rights.
When did the Witchcraft Act get abolished?
So the traditional Witchcraft Act that we're talking about was abolished in 1735, but it was repealed in 1951.
By
It was
who?
called the Fraudulent Mediums Act. Whilst witchcraft was no longer a crime that was punishable by death, it was still seen as frowned upon and illegal to claim that you had magical powers.
Yeah.
So this
Is that
act was
different
then later abolished in 2008.
Is that different though? Because I've read stories about people in the Victorian era, particularly pretending to be mediums just to get money out of people.
It's slightly different because it was more people claiming things in order to scam people, but it was also cults. There was a lot of people that were drawing people in and preying on their vulnerability in
Right.
order to indoctrinate them.
So it's not really.
It's slightly different, but it's still seen as a challenge of power.
So are there any stories about the Lady of Garner's Castle? Is it the Grey Lady?
The Grey Lady, yeah. So lots of people have said that they've seen her wandering the halls, and she predominantly sticks to the chapel and the sort of west area of Glamis Castle.
Is she peaceful?
Yeah, she's not meant to be sort of a horrible ghost or like a poltergeist.
Yeah.
People just think that she really is there as sort of an omen of like truth of these women that were prosecuted. She is meant to be sort of like a sounding board almost.
Right.
She is a presence that is reminding people of what happened. She's not vengeful.
You would think she would be vengeful though,
You would, but
especially towards men. I've heard
yeah.
of ghost stories where the women target men
Yeah.
for probably very good reasons. But
I think but that's like personality, isn't it?
I suppose.
I think people forget that ghosts also have personalities. That sounds like I'm going to be like,
are you
ghosts have feelings too.
But do you believe in ghosts?
Of course.
Do you? Though?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure I do.
I definitely believe, I don't know if I believe in like ghosts as in like, ooh, but I definitely believe in spirits. Like spirits linger in places. Like I 100% believe that if you go into somewhere and the air feels heavier, that there's someone there.
See, I don't believe that. I don't know what I believe about the afterlife. That's had another podcast for sure.
Yeah.
It's a big topic, that. But I'm not sure ghosts do exist.
I think spirituality and ghost stories are kind of one of those things that almost like don't go hand in hand, but they sort of do. Like there's a lot of muddled lines between people believing that they've been touched by a spirit or people claiming that they've had something paranormal happen to them.
Yeah.
Do you think you've ever had a paranormal encounter?
No, I would love one. I
Really?
can't lie. I would love one.
You want to just stand there and be like squirted with ectoplasm or something?
That is disgusting. I would rather have an alien encounter than a ghost encounter.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have a ghost encounter.
Why? I suppose
because aliens could abduct me and like probe me with their weird little torture devices.
I was gonna say something very different. I was gonna say I guess it gives you certainty about life after death.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know if I'd want to be left wandering
I'm not sure I want that either.
Like, would you want to be
No,
stuck
but not
in one
every.
place?
I mean, if ghosts exist, not everyone can come back as a ghost.
No,
Otherwise, there'd be
for
hauntings
sure.
everywhere.
It would be everywhere. If
But
you had to come back to any one place, where would you go to?
that's an interesting question. Probably a woods.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a haunted headless huntsman or something?
No, don't. I still
That'd
want
be
to keep my
cool.
head, but
Okay.
other than that,
I think I'd want to be like the ghost of like some sort of Caribbean beach.
that's a good answer. You know, like a surfing, like a beach ghost,
Surfing
a
ghost.
surfing ghost.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
California ghost.
Sup, dude.
No, we can't. Okay, we'll leave this
I
out.
wonder if there are any ghosts in California and places like that. Before things get a little bit too spooky.
Before we lose all the light,
Yeah.
let's
Let's get back to
get
Word on
back
the Loch.
to Glamis Castle and Word on the Loch.
Yeah.
Over to you.
Over to you. So, this week's Word on the Loch is from me, and it's a Scottish, Old Pictish word, which is ha.
Ha. Is it still commonly used today? I don't really know.
It could be. Yeah.
Ha.
I haven't personally heard anyone use it. But...
I'm trying to think. I kind of want to say like it's a feeling. Is it a feeling that you get like when you're a little bit in danger?
No. It is the smoky fog that eerily moves off of a loch.
Oh, that's clever. That is very Scottish. No,
Very Scottish.
I
and
don't
very
think any.
spooky.
I mean, I lived in England for quite a lot of years. I don't think I've ever seen that, like the
eerie fog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming off a lake. But since being in Scotland, I've seen that a few times.
Yeah, seen it a lot. A lot going to work.
Yeah.
So I actually taught Sire another word the other day. I taught him the word Samhain, which means autumnal festival. So Samhain is what the Scottish call, or used to call, Halloween before it was Halloween. It's kind of like the autumnal festival. Autumn's coming to a close, winter's coming to a start.
That's a good tree, isn't it?
That's a good tree. Okay, let's go. So we're on to our final segment of the podcast.
We came out the tree for a final segment.
The final segment. Which is 1, 2, 3.
I can't remember what it's called.
Questions from home.
Questions from home, that's the one. I just didn't know how we phrase it.
Yeah. So this is questions from home. So who have we got today?
Finnegan. As you might know from the second episode, it's a friend from home. Where's my phone?
I've got them on here.
Oh. Well, how did you send them?
You sent them to New Kids on the Loch Instagram account.
Ah.
Hello, Jatara and Ellie. I've got my 3 questions ready for you. Question 1. What was the worst fashion era either of you ever had / your worst vintage purchases?
Okay, I've had a lot.
I feel like we should say something on 3. One thing on 3.
Can I just have a think? Just need to
I feel like we both
put my
did this.
on. Oh, okay.
Okay, ready?
Worst era.
I think this was my worst era.
Yeah, I agree.
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Skinny jeans. Yeah, skinny jeans.
Skinny jeans.
Yeah, we both did skinny jeans.
We were big skinny jeans wearers in our first year of uni.
I think
Maybe not all the way through the first year of uni, actually, but
I probably was, you know.
definitely at the beginning. There's a picture of me being dropped off at uni and
Like the skinniest jeans possible.
skinny jeans,
Skin tight
like
jeans.
essentially sprayed onto my legs.
I had some bad ones as well. I never did ripped jeans.
I did, but only like the really weird, like small slit at the knee, where it was like you could only see that it was a hole if you sat down. You know?
No, yeah, I never did ripped jeans. I had some bad eras though. The chino.
Oh yeah, every boy had a chino era.
Well, yeah.
I had some awful eras. Like I had a questionable side fringe. I went a bit emo. I had like a weird little waistcoat at one phase. I went through a phase of wearing like puffy mini skirts and a white t-shirt and then like a really weird waistcoat and then like a massive bow. I was like 10 or 11.
Oh, 10 or 11 is fine. You're like,
Still
no, it's
weird.
still year 7, I guess. But like, I feel like the worst. It's all the worst for being able to like decide what to wear.
Yeah,
I feel like when I was 11, I was just like, I'll wear that because it's something like
because it's clothes.
because it's clothes. Yeah, it will
Yeah.
cover my body up.
Cover me body up.
It will cover me body up.
Yeah.
But when you started actually thinking about it and you still chose
and
terrible
it was
things.
still bad. But then I guess like
Sorry, bub, right?
where is it?
There it is. See it?
Oh yeah.
They're flitting around in
Pop
those
between those
bushes.
trees.
I think it's song thrushes. I've seen a few here.
One
Song
of the
thrush?
better
Yeah.
types of thrush.
That is true. Have you ever had thrush?
Everyone goes through bad eras
Yeah.
of fashion. I think it's like, especially if you follow trend, which let's be honest, a lot of people do when they're younger because you haven't really been able to find your personal style.
I remember very specifically there was a mufti day at school, which, by the way, is a fucking strange name.
Such a weird name.
Mufti
like,
day.
Non-school uniform day.
Considering muff was something very different.
Yeah, mufti day.
What was I saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I came in wearing really bad chinos and like a really baggy green t-shirt that was like really old and discoloured. And at the time my hair was like too long.
Yeah.
Like too long. And everyone said I looked like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. And I think it's a great show. But I don't want to look like him.
No. I had a few questionable mufti day outfits for sure.
Yeah.
I think especially because you were like, you wanted to show off all of your clothes, like all of your nice clothes.
I think that was you.
So you were wearing all of them at the same time.
I think
none of them matched.
You know that era I was talking about where you don't really know what clothes you want to wear?
Yeah.
That lasted like a long time for me. And you're not even concentrating, they're just clothes.
Yeah.
That lasted a long time for me.
One of the best compliments I've ever had from anyone was from Posey, Josiah's sister, when she said to me that since knowing me, Josiah's style has gotten so much better.
Yeah.
And that was a compliment that literally blew my head up. I was like, wow.
I think I'd started thinking about clothes more in uni before I started dating you.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I don't take credit for all of it.
No, but I'm still thinking, first year of uni, I still really didn't care what I wore.
Yeah. Have you ever had a dodgy vintage purchase? I know that I have.
I mean, I know you have.
I bought a really, really skinny pair of leather trousers in our third year of uni.
Okay, listen.
And I used to wear them with a really... No, it was second year of uni.
I don't care. Skinny leather trousers. This isn't a bad vintage present. It's just bad judgment. It's just his bad judgment.
And I wore them with a really, really baggy black hoodie, which had a Playboy magazine cover on the back. They were the most uncomfortable trousers because they didn't have a lining. It was just leather on skin.
This wasn't leather. It was pleather.
Yeah, it was like pleather.
It was like elasticated pleather. It was actually gross.
It was horrible.
And you wore them.
And I wore them a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't even just wear them like on like a night out. I'd wear them to uni on a Monday morning.
I remember buying a jumper it looked really cool online. And it was kind of cool. It said Alaska on it.
Yeah.
And it had like an eagle, like a sort of embroidered eagle. It looked really cool on mine.
That's cool.
And it came in the
And I
mail.
came.
And I came.
And I saw it and I came.
No, it came in the mail,
Wait.
and the eagle looked completely deformed. Like it was a really fat eagle with a huge head. And the embroidery was just terrible, and the quality was terrible as well.
Oh, I hate that.
And I remember thinking, like, I mean, I can't wear that. It was so eye-catchingly bad. Next question.
Question 2. Have you got any secret talents or strange skills which the audience may not know about?
No.
Yeah, no is a short answer,
No.
especially for Ellie.
I'm
She's
hobbyless.
talentless.
I'm talentless. I'm very.
No. I'm trying to think.
I'm quite good at retaining very random pieces of information.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very good at strange facts.
She can sing.
She definitely can't sing.
I think you should
Maybe
sing
that's
then.
my talent, singing so badly. It's actually a talent.
Trying to think of things I have. I don't think I have many talents either.
There's things that you're good at that might surprise people.
I'd say I have hobbies that I'm quite good at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned I can kayak pretty well. I mean,
You can make that weird droplet sound with your mouth.
that's like a
Party trick.
party trick. Yeah.
Go on.
My mouth's not very wet. I think that's the most I can do.
It's pretty good.
I need a bit of moisture.
So yeah, we're pretty talentless people.
Yeah, mate, we are.
Maybe our next segment of the pod should be us learning a new talent.
Like what? What will we learn?
Well, I wanted to learn to play the harmonica, didn't I?
Yeah, you did for a very long time.
Yeah, I still do.
Maybe I should learn to read.
That'd be useful.
I can read. I'm not very good at it.
Just very slowly.
No, I can read. I think I read slowly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyone reads slowly compared to you.
Yeah, true.
And maybe that's a talent.
Yeah, fast reading.
You read incredibly fast.
Is that a talent or a skill? I guess
What's
that's...
the fucking difference?
Yeah, true. Let's go to the next question.
Next question.
Question 3. You can only listen to one song every time you're in a waiting room. So that's like the dentist or opticians. What song are you picking?
See, we listened to these questions beforehand, and I have been thinking about it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I would pick a really long song.
Really?
Because I don't think I would want to listen to any one song over and over again.
Okay.
So I thought about it. I can't remember who sang it, so I'm just going to look it up quickly.
These people are laughing at us.
Are they?
Yeah.
Nice. Resonance by John Haycock.
Okay.
It's no words. There's no words in it. It's just very
peaceful.
peaceful vibe. Also, I want to be peaceful in a waiting room because I get quite angry in the waiting rooms. At that time at the opticians,
Yeah.
I was waiting for hours and I got a parking ticket
Parking ticket.
because there was a 2-hour limit on my parking ticket.
Yeah.
My parking, and I thought I'd be done by 2 hours. I don't know about you.
No one thinks they're going to be in the waiting room with the opticians for more than 2 hours.
And I was. So thank you, Specsavers.
What would I choose? I think this is hard for me because I go through so many different phases of music. But my top pick would probably be West Coast Love by Emotional Oranges. One of my favourite songs. It's about 3 minutes.
So you're going to listen to that over and over and over again?
I could listen to that song over and over again for the rest of my life.
I mean, I would hate it by the end of my life, though.
Maybe. But I could definitely listen to it for like the 15 to 20 minutes I'm sat in the waiting room.
Yeah, but throughout your life that will build up.
Yeah, but
I mean,
it's the same with yours.
Mine is 20 minutes long.
You're still going to get bored of it.
No, I'm not.
Well, why would I get bored of mine?
I don't know. Because it's 3 minutes long, you have to listen to it over and over again.
Yeah, true.
I don't know why I'm dissing you. Like, it is a matter of opinion. I'm sorry.
It is
Like,
my song.
Yeah, it's your song, your choice. I just think I can. It's the great tits again.
Nah, they're down here.
Silly fucker. I'm trying to think of other songs as well. Song on the Beach by Arcade Fire. Pretty good. Photograph by Arcade Fire. Also pretty good.
Bubbling by Anderson .Paak.
But think about it. If you live for, hopefully, touch wood, 90 odd years, are you still going to be listening to Anderson .Paak when you're...
Maybe not.
When you're 90?
Sometimes by Jerry Cinnamon. I could probably listen to that for a long time.
It is a great song.
It is. Or any of the songs from the Bend It Like Beckham soundtrack. Inner Smile.
You fucking love Bend It.
Love those songs. Any of those songs I could listen to.
Maybe you should do football. Maybe that's a talent you should
Yeah, maybe
into.
I should pick up football.
Yeah.
But I'm quite scared of falling over.
Yeah, you should see Ellie on any form of stairs.
Yeah,
I've never seen anyone go slower on stairs. It's
I had to have
bad.
2 forms of stability. The way that I walk downstairs, you would assume that I'd been pushed as a child.
Yeah.
Like, it's like there's some sort of internal trauma.
I've often said, like, when you are, like, you're 25 and you go down the stairs like an 80-year-old.
I'm going to be really bad
when
I'm
you're
old.
80.
I'm going to have to go on my bum.
That's going to be even worse, feel back.
Yeah.
Why don't we just get a bungalow?
I'm just going to have to stair lift it.
Bungalow, man. I don't trust stair lifts.
I love a stair lift.
The amount of times my parents have had to go over to fix the stair lift.
Yeah, true.
For my grandparents.
My grandma won't let me or my brother on the stair lift. She says it's not a toy.
I've been on stair lifts. You must have been on stair lifts.
Never been on.
You've never been on the stair lift? They're not that fun.
I can imagine it would be if you sped it up.
I quite like my grandparents because you go up really slowly and you see all the art on their walls. It's like being in a museum. Museum? No, being at a gallery. Okay, there's a lot of helicopters, children, planes, and...
Planes, trains and automobiles.
And children.
And children. So I think this comes to a natural conclusion for us. This obnoxious noise.
It's an obnoxiously loud helicopter.
Do they not know who we are?
They shouldn't fly on the Sabbath. The
It's
devil
a
will come.
So we're going to go get some food and probably have another little look around here.
I'm going to film some B-roll for this footage. Because we hadn't have a lot of bird breaks. Might insert some bird breaks.
Some walking bird breaks.
Because I think that's probably going to be some great birds.
Yeah.
Some great tits hanging about. Hanging about.
Hi.
Hey, you're right.
This part of the lawn's private because it's.
I'm sorry, we didn't.
Oh, God.